Hi everyone, this is Bev, Clarko Vision, and I'm here to do the album update that I have been wanting to do for a good few weeks now. So yeah, I did the CD one a few weeks ago and I said it would be following on with the vinyl. So there's a few records I've got here, just a couple just come in the other day there at the end of the week. So I'm flung them all together. I've had the first few in this bundle I've had since really the start of the year, kind of the turn of the year. I ordered a couple off of Amazon just with Christmas money or Amazon vouchers I got for Christmas or whatever was left over sort of thing from Amazon vouchers. So I shall just jump right into it because there is a few and you know what I'm like, so I'll try and get through it as quick as I can. But I've still got to talk. So the first one I picked up, and I just decided I wanted to get this on vinyl after picking up And Justice for All recently, if you can make out what that is, but you'll kind of know what that is. There's the snake, so yeah. So the Black Album, And Justice for All and Black Album are the two I've got on vinyl now by this band. Kind of like what Chad, the metallurgist, said in one of his recent videos about this album. This is the first album I really took notice of regarding Metallica when it came out in '91. It was definitely more on the commercial style, if you like. You know, I kind of became more radio friendly, like more, you know, when you get to a certain status as a band, I think you have to kind of to a certain extent go along with the record company's kind of commercial requests. Why is that not on silent? Hang on a second, I thought I'd put it on silent. It is now. And you know, you get so big you can't just remain a small band. It's impossible, sort of thing. And obviously this really kind of made them massive and I guess what am I trying to say here, they gained more fans from the non-thrash metal scene, such as possibly myself. I wouldn't say I became a fan. I would say at the time I started to like a few of their songs. So much so that I bought the CD back in the day, back in the early 90s, you know, 91, 92. I picked up the CD of this album and still have it today. And I like this album. You know, you either, it's like everything, you either like something or you don't. See, the sun's actually, hang on a sec, I need to just block it out because it's bouncing off my, can't have that now, can we? Honestly, right. Yeah, the sun was bouncing off my background there, and it still is a little bit, but that'll pass round. Yeah. So I like this album, produced by Bob Rock with Hetfield and Ulrich, 1991 originally. This is the blackened reissue from, well, it's 2021, this particular one, but I think it's from the 2018 masterings, I don't know. So yeah, and this is actually, I got this through Amazon. Cost me £18 because I had credit on some Christmas vouchers. Which made up the difference. So, but the funny thing about this is it came in with I think it came from Amazon in Italy because it had Italian sticky labels on it and it said something about incorrect postage or something. Now I don't know what that's to do with because, you know, you pay, the postage is included because I ordered it via Prime and I'm a Prime member and all that. So it must have been something related to the carrier to do with Amazon, their side of things. But anyway, it had something strange on it from Italy. And when I went to add it to my Discogs, I also noticed it's actually the US version, not the European. It is the US pressing, basically down to differences on the back cover. That's the main giveaway, is stuff here it says, and it says on the inner made in USA as well, whereas the EU ones say made in probably Germany or something. But yeah, I originally thought it was an EU version, but it isn't. So yeah, we have an inner sheet with lyrics and stuff like that, and credits. Yeah, down here it says made in USA. So, but yeah. And obviously it's not a gatefold, as the same as Justice for All. They just put them both in a slightly wider sleeve. And it's on black vinyl, which I really think's appropriate. I wouldn't do to have the black album on red vinyl or something. I don't think, it just wouldn't quite be the same. So I think that's pretty cool. So both records are the same. They come in polylined sleeves, really good. And that was the first one. And as I say, I heard half of the songs on that through the radio stations, you know, and then yeah, everybody was talking about it at the time. So next up on my early ones from the year, another one I grabbed off Amazon. I was watching this one and the price did drop for me to pick it up. It had hovered at £27 for long enough, and it dropped to about 23, 22, 23, so I pounced on it then, because I thought if it's round about the 20, I think that's a decent price these days, today, you know, in today's world, for a record. So this is 220 volt, Swedish melodic hard rock heavy metal from back in the day, and this is a reissue on Music on Vinyl. This is their third album, Mind Over Muscle, so this came out in 1985 originally, and this is the last one I needed to complete their 80s discography. They released 4 albums in the 80s. I had the other 3, and this was the one I needed, which was their third one. So I haven't even had a chance to listen to this one yet. It's been sitting here for ages. I was slightly annoyed because Amazon had crushed it into like a cardboard envelope, a stiff card envelope, and it was extremely tightly packed, and I think the person at Amazon's just shoved it in to the point where they've managed to cause the, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a crease just here. Yeah, crease there, there it is. And a couple of just sort of cracks, just here, yeah, there, down the spine. And I think it's just because they've shoved it into the wrong packaging, basically. But however, thankfully the vinyl's okay, so I'm going to live with it. Number 100 of 1,000 releases, presses. Yeah, so as I've said about this band before, they're kind of like Dokken and bands of that ilk from back in the day. What was the other band I wanted to mention? Canada's Helix. They're a bit like that kind of style, you know, as well. Melodic hard rock kind of band. Inner sheet with lyrics and band. This would have been an inner sleeve in the original. So yeah, that's the thing off the front. I couldn't peel it off, so I cut it off. Cool Blue, their 1985 third album, Essential Swedish Heavy Metal. There you go. And the Cool Blue looks kind of like this. It is a little bit marbly looking. It's more noticeable marbly on that side. Columbia was the original label, obviously, from back in the day. And as I say, I've just not got around. I've been so busy with other things this year. It's just been a ridiculous year so far for me. This one, I've mentioned that I've had this already. This was the first 2023 release that I got in. I had this on pre-order from last year, and it's the 5th studio album from, again, Swedish heavy metal band Screamer. These guys are kind of from the new wave of traditional metal, more modern band. Their album Kingmaker. I did show it in my 2020. No, I didn't, because I didn't have it then. So yeah, just ignore that. But I'm sure I've mentioned it somewhere. Can't even remember where. But anyway, maybe it was a Christmas update or something. I don't know. So anyway, I have had a chance to listen to this one. It is fantastic. Again, it's just another great hard rock, heavy metal, melodic. I think this one's got more of a hard rock vibe, just slightly more melodic, perhaps. I don't know, because they're all kind of melodic. They're really all kind of catchy, but it's just melodic heavy metal. I don't know, make up your own mind. Go and listen to it. It's just good stuff. Great artwork on this thing as well. So it came out on Steamhammer. They have been signed to Steamhammer. Fantastic stuff. And what you get with Steamhammer, which is nice, is you do get the traditional printed inner sleeve with the lyrics and credits. And this is just the black vinyl version. There is a purple vinyl edition as well, but as I'm trying to save money, every pound counts, so black vinyl it is in this case. 180 gram, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a fantastic record. I love this band, really one of my favourites of the newer metal bands. Just kind of traditional metal style with some good melodic stuff in there. Next one, I mentioned I picked up their latest EP in the CD video I did the other day or last week, and I had picked up another of their albums. I picked up this on vinyl from Tantrum, Scottish metal band Tantrum. I think this was their debut release. Let me just double check, because I have got a window open here. Which one are we? We're at, aye, so it was 2019 this came out. I need to go back a page. No, I don't. And it's on Diabolic Might Records, this album. Yeah, so they are from Scotland, and let me just check albums. Yeah, this is their only album release so far. It came out in 2018 actually, and I think the vinyl edition came out in 2019 perhaps. On Diabolic Records, and it's limited to 500 copies. So again, new wave of traditional heavy metal. I've just done the wrong thing there. Excuse my fiddling about here. Right, yeah. And so there's your, that's the band at the time. I think since then they've had a couple of lineup changes, but yeah, it's quite a good album, this actually. I prefer their current EP, but this is alright as well. It's pretty decent. And since discovering they were kind of from my area as well, I thought, yeah, I'm just going to pick this up. And you get kind of stuff in here from Diabolic Might, as well as you get a nice stiff card inner sheet with lyrics and pictures of the band here. So yeah, just really have decent heavy metal. And there is the record, again black, quite a sort of plain and simple label as well. So they are another band to check out. The traditional heavy metal style. So next one up, I found a copy of this, which I wanted to get because I was doing some sampling on YouTube again, and it's another kind of traditional heavy metal band. Again, another modern band, and it is the band Monuments. Now again, they're a UK band as well. I think they hail from East London area, and this is their debut album as well, Renegades. You've got your bulldog there, pretty cool cover art as well. So yeah, really kind of nice artwork. And this is, as I say, this originally came out I think in 2015. Let me just check. Yeah, they've got 3 albums out, and this was the first one. It came out in 2014 or 2015. It's got 2014 on Discogs here, but this particular version, which is a reissue because it came out on MGR Music originally. This has been re-released by Rock of Angels Records. And so the reissue is just from a couple of years ago. Or is it? Let me see. I think this is a 2018 reissue, to be honest with you. I can't remember. No, it's definitely not that version. So I'm just looking at Discogs to make sure I'm getting my information right. Not that really matters, I don't suppose. It initially came out on a splatter in 2015 and a white, and then they reissued it again on CD in 2018 and LP. They did another pressing of LP in 2019. And yes, it's Rock of Angels Records. So, and this is limited edition silver. There's only so many so many numbers of this. There's no inner sleeve or anything with this. So here is the back cover, and it just came in the inner sleeve, and it is on silver vinyl, this one. Again, quite a nice plain and simple label, this time white with black text. There we are. So yeah, and again, this really good band, just modern, new wave of traditional heavy metal. As I say, they have 3 records. This is their debut, and I'll put that away later because it's proven to be annoying at this moment in time. So next up, I ordered this through Amazon Germany because when I looked on Amazon UK, let me just take it out of the sleeve because of glare. I looked on Amazon UK, it wasn't getting released till, I don't know, March or April or something, and they had it priced at £51, and I thought, you're having a laugh. So off to Amazon Germany, where it was already released, and it was 20 something euros. So I ordered it from there, and it came no problem. First time on vinyl, so this is a German power metal band. They formed about the year 2000, and this is their debut release called Vengeance. And again, it's a Rock of Angels reissue. This is the first time it's been released on vinyl. It says there, first on vinyl, and that is they're going to be on tour in Europe with Gravedigger this year, January. In fact, it's past. That was their January tour dates. Across Germany, actually. That's all German dates, so that's just apart from one place in Switzerland. Yeah, and I had sampled this and really liked what I was hearing, kind of more early power metal sound as well, so the older power metal style, if you like, really good sounding stuff. So I was very pleased to grab this at a decent price, and on vinyl. There is the back. I haven't had a chance to listen to this record yet either. I mean, half of this I've still got to listen to, but I wanted to get it shown so I can get it sort of put away somewhere. And it's on ocean blue, I think they call it. But yeah, it's on a nice deep blue kind of vinyl on Rock of Angels Records. So I'll probably not going to get this one away either. But yeah, really good early sounding power metal band from Germany. Mystic Prophecy and Vengeance. And another 2023 release, just released very recently as well. I decided I wanted to pick up the new Delane album, Dark Waters. So this has just dropped. It's on Napalm Records. I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole thing yet again, and this is one of the ones that came in recently. But I've heard a few of the tracks on YouTube, of course. Liked what I heard, so I went for it. And it's a double record, this one. You've got 4 sides to it. Of course, I'm assuming this is the Delane with the different lineup, because they kind of split up after the last one. Well, they didn't. Some of the members left, and obviously they've brought in new members to replace these guys. I don't know, I haven't read too much up on that, but there's the lyrics and pictures. Again, this is just flat vinyl, this one. It's on 180 gram, of course, and just there we have it. Lovely stuff. So I am looking forward to sitting down and listening to this one properly. Can't remember where Delane are from. Are they Dutch? Something like that? I can't remember. But anyway, good stuff. Then I found a copy of this one. It was one on my wants list. I've had it on my list for a while, and spotted a copy. So here we have a nice pressing of High Spirits, and I can't remember which one of their albums this is, but I do have 2 other of the releases. So this will be my 3rd album from the band High Spirits, and it was Cloudy Milder that put me onto these guys. This is Another Night. Again, just really melodic hard rock band. This is released on High Roller Records, and this came out in 2011 actually, this one. So this album is over a decade old actually. But yeah, I did want to pick this one up. A really enjoyable band. They have some excellent music. And surprisingly, I took the shrink wrap off this, and it has its hype sticker on the front. But what was missing from the inside, there was no catalogue sheet from High Roller. It only had this. Only had the inner for the lyrics and credits. So I was amazed. I was like, where's the other bit of paper that you usually put in? Anyway, not that that's that big a deal anyway. So this is on bicoloured vinyl. Quite an interesting colour it is as well. It's half clear and half sort of, I don't know, magenta, winey, purpley something. But yeah, it's quite an interesting look, you could say. And there you go. But yeah, so again, not had a chance to listen yet, but again, very pleased to have this one in the collection, because this is a band that I do enjoy. They kind of have their own sound. There's something kind of unique about this band actually when you listen to them. But yeah, excellent stuff. So we've got 2 more to go. I shall keep the that one till the end, because I was really happy to land that. But another one I picked up, Frontiers had released this album on vinyl. So this is Alan and Land's, the project that was done a few years ago now. And the Alan Land project produced 4 albums, and I think they're all kind of like, if you like a series, they're kind of related, if you like, story. There's a story behind it all, I think. So I had picked up the first one a while ago on CD, The Battle, and really quite liked it. So it was my intention to maybe pick up at least the second one, maybe the third and fourth at some point. When I saw that Frontiers had released this on vinyl, I thought, oh, I would like to get that, but of course I just it was one I wasn't too anxious to get, so I thought I'll put it out there and I'll wait and I'll see how it goes price wise, etc. And it came to a price where to a reasonable price where I decided I would go for it. Love the cover art as well. So this is The Revenge. The first one is called The Battle. This is called The Revenge, and it came out in, according to Discogs here, 2007 this came out. The Battle was 2005, the second one. 2007, which is obviously the follow-up, and this is being released on a double LP. Kind of cool, futuristic kind of artwork. It actually reminds me of, what's his name that does the Magnum covers? Does it tell you here offhand who does the artwork? I can't see it offhand, but you know the guy. Matthew, is it Matthew somebody or somebody Matthews? Anyway, you know, it looks like that kind of artwork. Is there a signature on it? Can't see anywhere, just but yeah. So, and it's on a kind of a turquoisey colour, quite a nice colour actually, I suppose. This was the only colour it was issued on it anyway, there's no black, and it's limited to so many pressings, but yeah, it's on Frontiers. So this is kind of like a power metal, fantasy metal kind of thing. And I like John Land, he's a good vocalist, I like his sound, and I enjoyed the first one enough to want to get this one, so I again haven't listened to it yet, but I will do soon. And that brings me to the final one. If I can get this in as again around the half-hour mark, then terrific. But so the band Sortilege I have mentioned before. I picked up the debut release, which is self-titled Sortilege, on CD last year, a few months ago. Now, they're a French band, obviously, out of Paris from back in the 80s, the early 80s. I think they formed in sort of 81, and I think their first album came out in about 83. They released another 2 albums in the 80s and disbanded in 1986. And I just stumbled while I was browsing the internet one day over the fact that their third album, which is a 1986 release, is it 85 or 86? I think it was 86, 85, 86 anyway. Their third and final release before they split up had been reissued on vinyl, and it's been reissued by Dying Victims Productions. So this, I think, is my first Dying Victims record, actual record. I've got a couple of CDs and I've got a tape, I think, as well. So this is the third album. They sing in French as well, and it's just very much a cult heavy metal band from the French scene back in the 80s. Didn't get too popular outside France, I don't think. Incidentally, they got back together in 2019, released an album, was it called Phoenix or something, at the time, which was kind of leftover material from back in the day. And they have, I believe, released a brand new album just this week, I think, according to what I checked on Discogs. It had just dropped just Friday there. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I may check that one out later. But this one here, Apologies for my poor pronunciation of the French language again. L'armée des héros, which I think in English means heroes' tears. Incidentally, there's a tear there. So, and yeah, so when I saw this was being released or reissued, I jumped on it because trying to find this band's original material is extremely difficult, and they're just really good classic 80s heavy metal. Just, you know, a bit obscure if you like, but good quality heavy metal. And you can see there everything's all in French. I think they did release this in an English version, but this is the original French album reissued, so I was super excited to get a copy of this. And what does it say on the hype sticker? This is the hype sticker that came on the sleeve from Dying Victims. The stellar 1986 classic, finally reissued. French heavy metal at its best, it says. You have been told. And you get a couple of things with it, which is nice. You get a sticker. You get a postcard of a live shot of the band. And the inner sheet has that classic, it was a reproduction of the original, it's the classic collage of early heavy metal bands from back in the day. Lots of pictures, live shots, tickets, magazine articles, and here we have the lyrics. And yes, it's all in French. And the record itself, oh no, we're not done yet, I forgot. You get a poster too. So a nice package from Dying Victims here. So yeah, and the record itself, also in a poly lined side A, is like that. And I don't know what the labels look like on the original, if they're sort of designed similarly. And that's side B. So yeah, absolutely delighted to get this. Just some of these classic 80s bands from Europe, you know, like the Spanish ones that I've found recently, Banzai and Baron Rougeau and some of the other ones, ADX from France, this band, and you know, just some really cool stuff I've come across recently, and I'm really happy about that. So check them out, guys. Excellent stuff. So that is my update. I've got that out the way. I'm very pleased about that. And I'll be spinning, hopefully get a chance to spin some of the ones that I've still to listen to soon, as well as everything else. But so thanks for watching again, and hope you enjoyed this update. Get your comments down below, and let me know what you think of these additions, and we'll see you all in another video. Take care and bye for now.